Hello, Pisces. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Pisces is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Pisces, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And here we have the Knight of Pentacles. I feel like you're somebody who is sort of looking into the distance, having a vision. Yeah, you're having a vision of your future, of, the best life, the dream life. You're having a vision of who you are, where you are, and what you're doing down the road. It's kind of like you're looking out at this vista, and you're thinking, I can see it all now. I can see the color of the wallpaper, the furniture, the shag carpet. Like, I can see the whole thing, okay? I feel that right now you're kind of, in a way, you're watching your seeds grow. I feel like this is somebody who has done a lot of work and is now ready to see everything to start to take shape in front of them, like right before your eyes, I feel like you've planted a lot of seeds. You've made a lot of choices, and you realize that every small effort and choice is kind of like, is turning into visible progress. See, this is a card of karma. It's a card that says every thought, word, and deed in the present moment is creating the future. So you're realizing that every ounce of effort you put into something is building up this life, this, whatever the goal is, whatever this vision is of your best life. I think that you're somebody who is kind of like, you're prepared to reap the rewards. You're prepared for the harvest. Yeah. Let's put this card into a little bit of context. Let's see what is going on in your life. There is the Princess of Pentacles. Very nice. This is what you're looking at. You're looking at your land and thinking, everything is starting to grow. Everything is starting. It may still be under the surface. You see the verdant energy of the princess here. I think you're ready for everything to start really growing. I think everything right now is taking root, and every ounce of effort is building up this best life. That's a wonderful card to get, especially those two in combination. We have a Queen of Wands. We have the Moon card, your Pisces superpower card. You took a risk, didn't you? You stepped into the dark, scary forest and you said, I'm going to build something here. Here we have a 4 of Swords. We have a 7 of Wands. You're not done with your effort yet, okay? Here we have the 8 of Swords, the 8 of Cups, the 10 of Pentacles, and a Prince of Swords. A lot of court cards here. I feel like there are a lot of people around you, okay? I think this is really this is going to be the next few months. This is when your efforts are really going to pay off. Okay, I think that you're getting the opportunities, the recognition that you deserve. I think that the seeds you've planted are going to start really sprouting, really like taking root and then sprouting. Okay, and I think your good life, your best life is really going to start kind of materializing around you. What does the Knight of Pentacles look at other than the 10 of Pentacles? Right? This is what you're looking at. Of course, this is in your fear, worry, and concern position, right? Because you're in the dark, scary forest. There's doubt. There's pessimism. There is obstacles ahead of you. But you believe in what you're doing so much. Okay? The seeds that you've been planting are taking root. Every effort, every choice to keep going is going to turn into visible progress. This is the year that brings proof that everything that you've done is going to pay off. Okay? I think those resources that you're sort of really hoping for, but that are in the anxiety kind of position, these are going to show up. Okay? I think there's going to be a renewed sense of hope that as soon as, challenges are going to be surmounted and overcome. That's going to renew your hope. Okay? The confusion will be replaced by clarity. Yeah. And I feel like momentum, because you're locked in. You're not giving up. You're not quitting. Okay? There are challenges, kind of creatively, physically, mentally, emotionally. These are being pushed through. This is the year where your discipline kind of really starts to pay off and really meets like the materialization of the dream. The best year of your life here. This isn't luck. It's the result of your persistence and your, to me, feels like faith. Feels like your mind and your soul are locked in here. Because you went into the dark, scary forest. This is what it's like in there. Okay? This is what you will find in the dark, scary forest. You will find obstacles. You will find, kind of a hopeless feeling sometimes. You will have stress and confusion and worry. You won't know the next move. You won't feel always like you know exactly what to do. Okay. Your hope will be renewed. The challenges will be overcome. Okay. The confusion will be replaced by clarity. But you need to keep going. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set this down right over here with Dwight K. Schrute right on top. Bears beats Battlestar Galactica. And we're not going to look at that card until the very end. It will tie everything together. It will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any moment during this message you feel like you might know what that card might be, put your prediction in the comments down beneath the video. All right, now, as we look around the room, we see one major arcana card, and it is your Pisces superpower card, the Moon card. So what this is telling me, especially in the position that this is in, is that you took a very big risk on yourself, that you stepped into that dark, scary forest. And now you're gazing out at your land and you're thinking, there is great potential here, but there are a lot of challenges that will need to be overcome. There will be a lot of doubt and a lot of, let's say, roller coasters of emotion that will need to be endured. But your best life is there. This is what you are going to build in this place. Okay? To me, it feels like this whole reading, all the cards here are like an expanded view of the Moon card. This is what it looks like in the dark, scary forest. Okay? First thing it looks like is a barren landscape. It looks like nothing in here but frigid, cold, lifeless, nothing. Scarcity. Okay? And I think this is like you're looking out at this empty plot of land and you're thinking, that's where I'm going to build my dream, And I think that it takes a real confidence and a real faith in yourself to enter into that dark, scary forest, okay? Which you did, because I feel like you're in there now, and it's dark in there, and it's scary in there. But there's something in you that knows that you're going to do this. You have that inner confidence that is kind of like ready for a challenge. Okay, now the Princess of Pentacles is the pure potential of something. It is like that barren, empty, sterile landscape. There is no life here. There is no abundance here. But it is the raw material out of which you are going to create that abundance. Okay, so it's kind of like that empty plot of land where you're going to grow the garden. The Princess of Pentacles will always, eventually, transform into the Empress card. That's what the Princess of Pentacles does. Right? Spring arrives. The verdant energy springs forth. And we get that Empress energy, maybe the mystery card. And so you know that this is it. You know that this is the place where you're going to strike gold. You know that this is where it all needs to happen. Of course, it means you have to continue to push yourself and overcome challenges, and you have to make the choice to keep going and put in your effort every single day, even if it feels like you're banging your head against a wall. Eventually, it will all come together, okay? And so down beneath the surface, you have this kind of strange confidence. I don't know where this fire is really coming from, okay? So on top of the major, we've got fire, obviously, right? We've got some water, we've got a decent amount of air, and we have a lot of earth cards, okay? The fire seems to be summoned from underneath you here. And it really is this kind of, this part of your personality that no matter how dark things get, it's like you're just able to get more motivated by it. No matter how stormy it looks outside, it almost like it excites you because you know that you're going to work hard and that you're going to persist. Okay? And I think that this is that kind of almost like a faith in yourself, right? And I think that your discipline is really is meeting up with your dream here. This is water and fire. Okay, the Queen of Wands, water and fire. This is somebody underneath the surface here. This is you inside. You believe so strongly in your dream that you're willing to kind of endure the nightmare to get it. You believe so strongly in your dream that you're going to push through no matter what the odds. The problems that maybe seem insurmountable, you're going to surmount them. Okay? You're going to overcome those obstacles. This is that unflinching belief, faith, and confidence in yourself that you need to overcome the odds here. Okay? And this is the year. Now, this year's almost over. I feel like the next few months are going to really provide you with the proof that this is your destiny, you know? That your efforts were really worth it. That your choice to grind away heavily at this and stay committed to it and stay focused on it, despite everything, maintaining that kind of centeredness and concentration, it's going to prove to be the right move. The abundance is yours. It's just a matter of you pushing through the dark and scary parts, in order to arrive there, in order to build this thing up. I don't know if this is happening at home, at work, at school. Doesn't really matter. This is the confidence that says you believe in this so strongly that you will overcome any obstacle in your path to achieve this, to manifest this, to create this. Okay. The moon card, of course, in the background. This was the threshold where you stepped out of a very predictable and certain, easy, kind of familiar life into a dark, scary forest. You made that choice. Let's do a divine doorway oracle card. Okay? You made the choice to start planting seeds here. And now you're kind of you're ready to grow those seeds. You're ready for them to take root. You're ready to do the difficult work of cultivation. The three-eyed raven. As sunrise hits upon the dew, a messenger raven caws out with news. Prepare for the unexpected. I think the unexpected here is that you're going to be getting, proof positive that this was the right move. You're going to start to see things happening. Things are going to start really building up and growing. You're going to see things coming together into an alignment for you. Okay? And I think that as the next few months progress, you're going to see more and more things go your way. The resources that you might be worried about, they're going to arrive. Things are going to be built. Things are going to be solidified. Okay? The revenue is going to start coming in. Certain things are going to start activating for you. Okay? It's really going to be that confirmation that you chose the right spot. Once you start seeing a couple of green shoots coming up from the dirt, you're thinking, this is right. I did the right thing. Chose the right plot of land, What's the Four of Swords at the top here? Well, very often this is a card of trying to maintain your mental equilibrium, right? Trying to maintain your mental health, your stability. Trying not to succumb to the fear of being in the dark, scary forest. You think if you're in a dark, scary forest, and if you let your fear get to you, you're going to just be running wild all over the place, screaming, crying, and you're going to just be done. Nothing good will happen, right? You got to maintain your balance, your equilibrium. You have to really fortify yourself mentally. Okay? You have to stay centered and balanced. You probably are someone who has a very practical meditation. Like you seem like somebody who meditates for the stress reduction, not for the spiritual experience, not for the bliss, but for to stay organized, to stay sane. You meditate because it helps to calm you down. It helps you to deal with stress. And in that meditative state, you probably do it like sitting in a chair or something like this. Like you don't need the incense and all the mystical stuff. It seems very practical for you. And it feels like in that meditative state, you formulate the plans, you stay calm, you breathe. I think that breathing is a big one for you. Doing the box breathing, the alternate nostril breathing, as a way to regulate your thoughts and your feelings. Okay? Because you have a tendency to overthink and overfeel. Right? You have an 8 and an 8. These two 8s, you try to regulate them with your 4. Okay? So your mental and emotional tendencies, you really concentrate, you really have like a specific practice to calm yourself down mentally and emotionally. Okay? That's a wonderful skill to have. It feels like meditation and breath work, but why don't you tell me, what are the things you do to manage your stress? Okay? To keep that, when you start to, you kind of like you feel yourself starting to freak out, what do you do? Is it a deep breath? Is it meditation? Is it stretching? Is it some kind of like a mental exercise? You start counting numbers or doing math or I don't know, right? Especially as you're looking ahead and seeing that 7 of Wands. The 7 of Wands seems like it is a insurmountable challenge, and the odds are kind of against you. Okay? And I think that you're trying to stay mentally fit so that you can address this challenge, whatever the next challenge is for you. Okay, so that you can overcome this. It's kind of a David and Goliath kind of situation. Okay, and I think that without having this kind of ability or skills, I think you would very quickly feel that this is a hopeless challenge, and I think that you would overthink it, you would overfeel it, and you would probably run away screaming, okay? But you face your fears. You're somebody with a lot of discipline, mental fortitude. And I think it is this mental discipline that's going to allow you to reap the rewards this month and in the coming months. Okay? And this isn't luck. Okay? This is your persistence and it's your faith. Mental fortitude here as well. Okay, fixed air energy at the end here. And I think that is really like, kind of with a 4 of Swords, it's like you're choosing to believe something. You're sort of choosing to just like have faith and like not freak out. And maybe it's just like, you're choosing to say, it's going to be okay. It's possible. I'm going to keep going, keep doing my best. By the end, with this one, with the fixed air energy, the Prince of Swords, this feels like not faith necessarily, but like certainty. What you first are being asked to believe in based on faith, to have faith in, you will eventually know by direct experience. Okay? You're going to have that mental certainty because you will have experienced it. Beforehand, you kind of just got to believe it and take it on faith. But after all is said and done, you're going to have a direct knowledge. It's not going to be faith. It's going to be certainty. Okay? Well, you have to face the challenges that are ahead of you. And it may not be one big win. Seems like, to me, it feels like daily effort. Feels like every day you're kind of hammering away at something. Okay? That is what is going to create this world for you. It's not one big, winner takes all match. It's a lot of little battles along the way that are really going to construct your best life. That 10 of Pentacles, this is everything. This is wealth, okay? It's financial, but it's more than that. It's the life that you're trying to create for yourself. Let me know which card in this reading is hitting the hardest so far, okay? Let me know which one is really resonating with you the most. Yeah. Let's talk about the path of the serpent. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. Okay. Your general energy, you're the overthinker. You have a tendency to make things a little bit too complicated. This is a Jupiter in Gemini type of energy. It's adding layers and layers of complexity. When it's really, I think you're trying to sort of simplify and look at it very, very plainly. I just have to keep grinding away, keep pushing a little bit every day. Doing my very best on a daily basis to keep sort of nudging the ball downfield. Okay? And I think that you're trying very, very effectively to regulate this overthinking, over-analyzing energy. Okay? I think that if this were to take over, then you would probably start looking for the big, like, Hail Mary kind of pass rather than just pushing the ball, 1 yard at a time down the football field. Okay? And so I think that it's very important that you employ whatever skills, tools, and things, things that you've learned to regulate that energy. Okay? And really the same thing emotionally. I think the heart and the mind are so intimately tied together that they really should just be one suit of the tarot. Because the heart and the mind, they affect each other, right? I mean, intimately. So the way you think affects the way you feel affects the way you think, and it's a figure eight. It just loops back in on itself. It just feeds. It's a cycle that just kind of feeds itself. And in terms of your environment, it would be the fear. Okay? Now, you have the courage, Mars in Leo, you have that courage, but courage and bravery, right, does not mean there's an absence of fear. Here we have Saturn in Pisces. We have that fear, right? And the thing is that you're not going to let your fear hold you back. That's exactly what courage is. It's doing the thing even when you're scared out of your wits. But you're still doing it. Okay? And that's kind of the deal. It's not going to be no fear. Remember that, was it a brand or something like back in the 90s, like the No Fear brand? And I always thought that was funny. I was like, who the heck's going around with like no fear? Like, who are these people? I'd like to meet them. Who are the people with no fear? They're probably the people that are staying home and not doing anything, playing it safe, You have fear, and fear is good. There's a reason why we feel that. Okay? Well, there are options. You either succumb to your fear and you freak out, or you faint, or you abandon the path, or you face the fear with courage. And that's what you're doing. You're facing your fear with courage. You're in a dark, scary forest. If you felt no fear, then you would not be in the dark, scary forest of uncertainty, pushing your life in a direction that you want it to go. Okay, see, every moment of life, we're facing uncertainty. And some people are so afraid of that they try to play it very small and very safe. This is a fear that's trying to keep you small, Pisces. Saturn in Pisces, right? It's trying to restrict you. It's trying to squeeze you, trying to keep you small. This is Mars in Gemini. This is forcing an expansion. Little by little by little. This is the opposing team. This is you, 1 yard at a time, pushing the ball down the field until you get into the end zone. So stick with it. Do not give up. Do not yield to this opposing force. And do not let it get in your head. Okay? Comment yes if you hear me. Comment yes if this is resonating with you. Claim your role as a magic maker right now, because that's what you're doing. You're using your fire to create earth, to manifest your intention. The Ten of Pentacles is wealth. Let me know in the comments, what is the life you're trying to create? If you had a sheet of paper and a pencil, draw a picture of your best life. What would it look like? You got your pets, your plants, your people. You got your health, you got your wealth, you have your relationships. Okay. What does wealth mean to you? What is the life you're trying to create? What is the good life? These are your goals. And these are the fears. Okay? What else are you fearing other than not getting to the goal? The fear of not reaching this best life, not being able to manifest this or crystallize this. The fear of being defeated. The fear of losing the battle and not building this big rock candy mountain. That's the real fear, right? It's the fear of failure. But if you weren't doing this and you stayed back here somewhere on the other side of the dark, scary forest, kind of in, the other side, not the dark, scary forest, but the safe village that you were in, you wouldn't be creating this life anyway. So that would be a guaranteed failure. The only way to even possibly stand a chance of getting this is to go into the dark, scary forest and try. Okay. And I guess I maybe have to disagree with Yoda, with Master Yoda a little bit. It's not, it's either do or do not. There is no try, right? I feel like trying is all you really got. And I guess it kind of means the same thing. You either do it or you don't do it. You don't try to do it, So maybe, I don't know, maybe Master Yoda and I are on the same page after all. It's just semantics, Because I feel like if you're here in the safe village, you're not doing it. Maybe you're trying to do it. I'm trying to get motivated. I'm trying to get up out of bed and go do the thing. I'm trying to start something. I'm trying to plant the seeds. I'm trying to work hard and do it. So maybe this isn't the card of trying. This is the card of doing it. Okay? And the more you do it, the more you're going to see the results of what you are doing. You're not trying to do it. This is you out there grinding away, doing the work. Okay? This is everything that's resulting from that work. And it makes perfect sense that it's in the position of your fear, your worry, and your concern. Okay. I want you to hit the like button. I want you to claim this reading. And maybe share this video with somebody that needs a little motivation. I feel like we're inside that moon card, or inside that dark, scary forest where we can't see the future. At first, we have to take it on faith. That's kind of the Knight of Pentacles, looking into the future and having the vision of the best life, but having to take it on faith that it's going to be there. That if I walk in that direction, I'm going to find that life, that it's actually there. It starts out with faith, but it ends with certainty. It starts out with uncertainty. When you're stepping into uncertainty, you got to do it on faith. You got to choose to believe. And that's what faith is, choosing to believe something for which there is no direct proof yet. Yet. And that's what we're doing up here with the Prince of Swords. You're getting that direct proof. You're going to experience something with such unmistakable certainty that you don't need faith anymore. You're going from uncertainty to certainty. Faith is carrying you there, but once you start to see it, don't need faith anymore. You don't need to have faith for something that you've witnessed, right? Anyway, let's look at the mystery card. I love this reading for you. I think you have such a wonderful power right now. And I think you're able to really tap into your superpower card where you can feel the fear. And that fear is fueling you. That fear is making you fierce. Yeah. So what's this going to be? Well, Empress, probably. Maybe another 10 of Pentacles, a 9, maybe a 9 of Cups. It could be some water energy. I don't think it's going to be the water energy. Because this motivation, this confidence doesn't like water. Because water's too comfortable, it extinguishes the fire. It's kind of like you need the fear right now. You need to be afraid because it activates your nervous system, right? Gets that sympathetic nervous system going. Your blood pressure's up, your eyes are wide open, like you're ready, you're focused. Okay? So I think you kind of need the fear because it activates you. If that fear were to go away and give way to luxury and pleasure and all that good stuff, this confidence would fizzle out and you'd probably say, well, I'm just going to stay in the safe village. I like it here. It's pretty nice. You know? So I think right now the fear is what's keeping you going. So let's check this out. The Justice card, interesting. Discernment, higher wisdom, your ability to make top-level executive choices, being able to separate the truth from the lies. Okay? And I like this. I think that in this state of fear, in this state of intense activation that's fueled by the fear, you're able to make really, really like keen choices. You know, you got like that surgical scalpel right now. Because you are like, you're intense. Like, I don't know, it's like, I don't know, it's like that adrenaline almost. It's like you're so charged up that you are able to make those very critical decisions. Yeah. I like that, the discernment aspect of this card. And so I think really, ultimately, it is the choice, right? It's also telling me that you value something here so much that it outweighs the fear. The benefits outweigh the risk. I think the scales of justice, right? What holds more weight for you? What means more? What's more significance? What has more gravitas? What you might lose if this fails? Or what you might gain when it succeeds? What holds more weight for you? Maybe some people, they say they got too much to lose, can't take that risk, can't go in the dark, scary forest because of everything I have to lose. Okay, fine. I think you're realizing that what you stand to gain from this vastly outweighs what the risks would be if it didn't work out. I mean, if it didn't work out, you go back to the village and it's safe again, it's fine, no big deal. You can trace your way back out of the forest, no problem. But everything that you have to gain from this, I think, it means so much more to you. It means so much to you that you're willing to go through the dark, scary forest and face these challenges. Okay, this is great. This is great. I feel like this is the year. It's your time. The rest of this year, watch. Everything's going to start going up and up and up and up. Growing taller and just thicker branches and bigger tomatoes and everything is going to be nice, okay? We're going to do an extended reading as well. We'll do an I Ching hexagram. We'll do some oracle cards. There is a link in the corner, and there's a link right beneath the video. New readings for Pisces Tuesdays and Fridays. Be sure to watch both readings. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you are watching from. I want you to know that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we are all in this together.